Hey, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another video. Alright, today, again, with a bit of a different video. So, we're going to be talking about something very near and dear to my heart, which is Naruto. If anyone's watched any of my videos before, you know full well that Naruto is not only my favorite anime, but in fact my favorite piece of media in general. I am slightly obsessed with it. I've rewatched Naruto countless times, and I plan to rewatch it countless more times. And as you can see, even from my background here, I also plan on getting some disc plates to put like here, or if I ever move, then they'll be somewhere in the background, hopefully. But for some reason I can't find good Naruto disc plates. If I go on the website and search up Naruto, nothing seems to pop up, which is sad. But anyways, that is my collection of Naruto Pop Funkos, collected by my gorgeous girlfriend, who has collected them over the past 3 years, 2-3 years or something. Birthdays and Christmases, that's the majority of what I get is just Pop Funkos. There is only one non-Naruto Pop Funko, which you can't see because it's like here, above here, which is an Infinite Deku with Airy Pop Funko from Boku no Hero. The rest of them, Naruto. I even have a little Naruto figurine right here from the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storms Revolution game that my mother got me many years ago. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, back to the subject at hand. I absolutely love Naruto. And nothing breaks my heart more to admit when I don't think there is going to be a very good Naruto piece of media out there. But that is the point of this video, unfortunately. Back in 2015, it was said that we were going to get a Naruto featured film live action piece of crap, I would imagine, which is never good, because if you enjoy anime and you watch any live action anime piece of media, it's always terrible. It's the biggest, as The Rock would say, it is the biggest piece of dog shit I've ever seen. Which is true. They have an incredibly bad rep, and for good reason. I haven't seen the new One Piece live action TV show that's just came out. It actually came out today, so I might give the first episode a watch, see how that goes, but I could only imagine it's gonna be a piece of dog shit. But regardless of that, the Death Note film was received incredibly badly, and for good reason. And if there is one anime adaptation that is the worst thing I have ever seen in my life, it has got to be the god-awful Dragon Ball Evolution. If anyone's seen that movie, you know why, but if you haven't, it's not even good for being bad. You know, sometimes you get bad movies that you like know what it is. It's like enjoyably fun bad. This one is genuinely trying to be something, which is what makes it funnier. And it is the biggest piece of garbage adaptation I have ever seen from anime to live action. It's god awful. Anyways, I'm rambling and I'm getting off topic a little bit here, but I am worried. Because, like I just said, and I've mentioned many times, I love Naruto. And I don't want to see a bad piece of media created for it. I don't want to see a live-action Naruto in general because of how bad things are with, you know, moving from anime to live-action. And the worst thing is, I think anyways, is that it's going to be a featured film. Which is just not going to work, I'm afraid. It's really not. You have got 720 episodes, 72 volumes of the manga, 720 episodes of the anime. Granted, you know, some of that is filler, I'll give it that. But, you know, even if you take away the filler, you've got God knows how many episodes you're going to have to try and adapt into a featured film. Now, I have no idea how long this is going on in the story. I don't know if they're just going to have, you know, the introduction to Naruto and then leading up to... I can't even imagine in a feature film where they would even be able to get up to, you know, give everyone the narrative of Naruto and get the gist of the characters and stuff like that. in like what, maybe a 2-hour movie. I'm not sure how long it's going to be on for, but let's say for Pete's sake, it's going to be 2 hours. How much of Naruto can you actually fit into that? It can't be a lot. Not if you want to, but not if you don't want to rush it and have it 100 miles an hour. So I just really do not think it's going to adapt very well in a featured film. In a series, like with the One Piece series, I could imagine that would go pretty well. I don't know how good it would look, and I don't know how well it would be received, but you'll do a lot better with a TV show than with a featured film. You've got a lot more to work with. You know, if it does well, you can do like a series 1, which could go from, you know, normal Naruto, like the beginning, all the way up to, I don't know, let's say the tuning exams. And then if it does well and it was received well, bam, you get renewed for a second season. And then you go from like the tuning exams up until the Sasuke retrieval arc, and then bam, and then, you know, you move on to Shippuden. You could do it that way. I think that's so much smarter, and I would imagine it would save a lot of money. You know, if you do like a sort of lower budget, but in the long run, a more well-respected version of Naruto, rather than, you know, getting a big budget, slapping it all into a feature film just for it to absolutely bomb. You don't get any of your money back. It looks like crap, and you've adapted 3 panels of the first chapter. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just stupid. You'd think in Hollywood, because it's Lionsgate that's producing it, they're a pretty goddamn big production company. You'd think they would think and just be like, you know what it is? Maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe a feature film's not where you should go with an anime. Maybe a TV series is where you would go. Because like I said, this thing's been shelved since 2015. That's when it was released, as, you know, it was going to be coming out. That's when it was revealed. And it's what? It's 20... I was going to say, it's what? It's 2020... It's only been 2023 for 8 months, nearly 9 months, Ryan. It's completely understandable you would forget that. So we're talking 8 years of being shelved and nothing's came of it. And now all of a sudden, we're going to be, yep, it's coming out next year. Featured film... God knows what it's going to adapt to, and I think it's just going to be terrible. I'm not going to lie to you. I've got no hopes for this at all. And to make matters worse, it is being written. The screenwriter for, the script writer for this Naruto film is the same one as The Witcher, which, if you know anything about why Henry Cavill left, you'd know why this is probably going to be an absolute disaster. To give you a quick recap as to why Henry Cavill left, basically, he was having differences of opinions, let's say, with the fact that the scriptwriter was going completely in their own direction with it, and they weren't being faithful to the books and the games and everything. And Henry was, I say Henry as if he's my friend. Henry was like, you know, the Geralt wouldn't do this. Like, he wouldn't do what you're making him do. Like, it's stupid, and this never happened, and that never happened. And look, don't get me wrong, having creativity with your show and, you know, trying to make something new of it, so you're not just rehashing old material that everybody's seen a bunch of times, can be good. But at the same time, you still have to keep the premise and the core of the show the exact same. And it's gonna be dreadful, because they're going to adapt from anime to film, and it's probably not even going to be anything like Naruto. It's basically going to have the Naruto characters in the Naruto world with a dog shit story that makes fucking no sense whatsoever. And I have no faith whatsoever in the fact that this movie is going to do well. And don't get me wrong, I would love for it to turn around and prove me wrong, and for it to be really well adapted, and the story's great, and the visuals are great, and the cast is great, and they all look good. I would love that. I will be the first one, whether I think it's going to be good or bad, in line to watch it if it comes out in the cinemas, which I imagine it will. So whether I think it's going to be good or not, I will be watching it, and I'll do a review on it when it comes out. But as of right now, I have zero faith in the fact that this thing is going to be good. But that's pretty much all I have to say on the matter, unfortunately. I think it's going to be dog shit, but if I'm proven wrong, I will be very happy. Because, like I said, I love Naruto. I love everything to do with it. And if they can make a movie that's great and I could watch it and be like, you know what it is, that actually wasn't too bad, then fabulous. But anime never gets adapted well. It always looks terrible, whether that goes for TV shows like the One Piece one. I think the set oh my god, the set pieces in One Piece look great, and I think that's the big market for that. I think the set pieces, the ships, you know, where Zoro's being kept in that little prison bit, I think all of that looks great. But just the gum fruit in the janky, weird visuals, I don't think that looks great. And it never looks great because you can't have something in anime look good. In real life, stuff that people do in anime, you'd be like, that would just never happen, and you'd look so creepy doing that. My best example of an anime being adapted into live action that really tried to be anime with it and it didn't really work is Cowboy Bebop. I can't remember which character it is, but there's one where they're really trying to be anime with it. You know, all credit to the actor. They did great. You know which character they were trying to be, and they did a pretty good job, but it just looks weird. Anime, you can't have people jumping around and being quirky and, you know, being anime in real life. It just doesn't work. It doesn't look good. It looks stupid. It looks weird. It looks out of place. But, you know, that's my best example of anime looking anime in live action. It looks terrible. But, you know, like I say, all the credit to the actor. They did a great job, but just never do that again. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's been a pleasure trying to rip on Naruto. I'm of course lying. I really am hoping that this is going to be great, but zero faith whatsoever. Well and truly zero faith. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Woo! Goodbye.